What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another highly combustible reaction. We're jumping into the next one on our It's Complicated journey. Get over to show the It's Complicated channel some love if you guys enjoyed the content. Man enough, rules of modern dating and understanding women, though I doubt that second part will ever be able to do the whole understanding them part. I don't think it's going to happen. Definitely go show the love, though. It's coming at us from Andrew. Much love, Andrew. I definitely appreciate the request and the support. Let's see what we got. True. Mine either.
Can you name some controversial women's issues?
Controversial women's issues.
Abortion.
Oh, that's a good one. Are we allowed to talk about that?
That's the first
of
one
course
we are.
that came to
I
mind for
don't
sure.
know, like, name all of them.
Can you just name a few controversial women's issues?
Issues. The wage gap. The
Honestly,
sexual assault. Me too.
like the Madonna horror complex.
Can you name any
The
men's
what?
issues?
Oh. Men's
What is a
issues.
Madonna horror
They
complex?
need to treat women better.
Erectile dysfunction.
Erectile dysfunction is an issue
Okay.
across the board.
But I mean, like, can you name any like men's struggles?
Not for this guy.
Oh, struggles.
Mental health.
Yeah, mental health. That's definitely.
Actually, men commit rates. They actually commit suicide the
yeah,
most.
more, yeah.
Women attempt more, but men are more successful.
And can you name any men's issues?
Yeah, like toxic masculinity.
Just honestly, the patriarchy affects everyone. So like,
Why do you think men's mental health is in crisis?
The stigma behind it, and it's negatively
Yeah, they're
looked
afraid to
upon.
like talk about it, and especially like family just like kind of shames that sometimes.
Why are men typically the ones blamed for inflating a woman's ego?
Because most guys love to tell women how beautiful they are.
Not
Weren't men
anymore,
groomed to
because
be
you get
that way?
arrested.
Yes, and to respect women ever since we're little, for sure.
I don't know, but we don't do that. They inflate their own ego.
Right, but I mean, what about simps? Simps are blamed for inflating a woman's ego, correct?
Yeah. And that's just degrading the value of the man, is what it does.
Weren't men groomed to be that way?
I hate to say it, yes, they were groomed to be simps. We're supposed to come in and just go with what goes on, just conform with the household, go out work,
Not gonna happen.
bring it all in, and
We are supposed to treat a lady with respect, but no, we're not groomed to be lower ourselves for something else. Because if I lower myself to come to your level, I can't help you get to my level.
Are women equally guilty for demoralizing men and their ego?
Hell yes.
Absolutely. Women choose.
And society is the worst at
Are
degrading
women
both.
equally guilty for demoralizing men and their ego?
Yes, they are, because women just could, like I said, they could easily go on some kind of social media and just post a picture of themselves and expect the man to go ahead and give her everything she needs because she's wearing makeup, basically. And you know what? That's not how it should be. It should be an even playing field for the both of us.
Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, I understand that most of these questions are only asked to Americans. So other people from other countries in the world might have a different opinion on things based upon where you live, for sure. A lot of things that happen here are damn like the Twilight Zone compared to the way things happen in other areas of the world.
Aren't women raised to be spoiled as princesses?
Wow.
Women are raised. Women are coddled. They absolutely are. Yeah.
So
Nah,
if
I
so,
wouldn't say
why
every
isn't
woman.
that given any attention?
Well, because it's a woman world. Yeah, it's everything, rules around women. It's whatever the woman says, that's what the man's gonna do.
I mean, I got a kid too, so I'm guilty of this. So, I don't know. It's just, I think it's something innate in us biologically. We just want to build, protect, and our princess, our little girls, are somebody we can protect. I mean, obviously, since the moment they're born.
Do you find it hypocritical when parents advise their sons to avoid gold diggers while also advising their daughters to find a man who will take care of them?
Wow. Damn, he comes up with some amazing questions.
It's hypocritical, but it's the way of the world. Doggy dog world, baby.
Are men no longer providing because women don't want to submit, or are women no longer submitting because men don't want to provide?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm so glad that you asked that. I think it is because women don't want to submit because of, sometimes the guy's not worth it. A woman will submit if the guy if she feels safe, if she feels secure, if he treats her right and respectful. So yeah, we will. It's almost it's automatic. You don't even have to say it. A woman will submit.
A man is put on this world to take care of the woman. So a man is that, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what a woman's supposed to look for. A man that's able to take care of them. And a man is, I don't think that's a question for a man. You know what I'm saying? Like.
So what were women put on this planet for?
To produce, to nurture. Hello.
So then why are there so many women encouraged and raised to be independent rather than nurturing?
A lot of women were raised without fathers. So how could you know how to be a woman to a man if you didn't have a dad?
Well, right, but a lot of men were raised without fathers, so how could a man know how to be a leader and a provider to a woman if he didn't have a man teaching him that masculine role?
I guess that's just something we all got to figure out together.
His damn questions are so good that he be confusing folks. They're like, oh, hell, I don't even know how to answer that.
Why are men expected to have a healthy perception of themselves, aka confidence, while people continue to blame men for women's inflated ego?
It falls under the social norm, I believe.
Society norm.
We're meant to hold that certain status. We're meant to be strong, be a guy.
We have to have confidence as men. We're the king of the jungle, man. We're the most dangerous species on this earth. If we wasn't, it wouldn't look like this, So as a man, we have to have absolute confidence in ourselves.
I think it really starts at the gym with other guys. We compete with each other, so we have to always appear strong.
You will never find highly combustible competing with any man in a gym. I promise you that. Not gonna happen.
But yeah, you're right. We always seem to always put a little weakness when it comes down to the woman. We'll be strong for other dudes, but
we're definitely weak.
Girls, we always try to, I don't know.
Women make you weak.
I'm just saying, why are men expected to have a healthy perception of themselves, but we don't hold women to a standard of having a healthy perception of them? In other words, we expect men to have confidence, but we don't expect women to be humble.
I think, okay, so this is a good question. I think it's
everything is a good question. Every question is a good question.
Women do not have as much ego, so they're not required for all of that, to be humble, to be all these different things. We only really require them. We as men require them to just look good and just come along for the most part.
Why do women often attack a man's masculinity when they don't get what they want?
Oh, that's a good question. Why do I attack masculinity?
Because women run the world.
Masculinity.
There are some damn delusional people answering some of these questions. At least we don't have as many eyelashes in this one.
As in,
like you don't lift enough. Like you're not manly enough. You're not a man.
I didn't know they did that. Personally, I like a feminine man.
That's why we got so many damn men drinking non-milk, non-soy latte, damn hubba-da, no. Tight pants, run the world now. Get out of here with all that.
I think if a woman goes for that, it's just because throughout history, that's like the biggest defining factor of like what a man is like they're a manly man.
The easiest hit.
Isn't that hitting below the belt?
Hitting below the belt? What do you mean
to
by
attack,
that? Sorry.
To attack someone's masculinity.
Yeah.
Is it any wonder why men's mental health is in crisis?
Absolutely, yes, because, women believe that just because they throw on some makeup and look pretty, that they can get any man. And this is really taking advantage of the man. And, because you might not be a good-looking guy, that you might not have all this money, you might not have all this stuff, then that's putting you in a status where you basically get ignored by a lot of women, which is a terrible thing for a lot of men today.
It would be a lot of disappointed ass women out there. No. I would be the one to disappoint. I've been living abroad for a long damn time. I just got back to America. Things are a little bit different here than they were when I left. Things have gone a little bit crazy. It's like an open air mental asylum, if you will. Yeah, I would be disappointing people left and right. Oh, I want to get with him because he's rich. I might be, but you ain't. You might have to sign one of them prenups.
It is
Especially
often said
nowadays.
life
Hell
isn't
no.
fair. Who is more likely to be expected to accept injustice, men or women?
Women.
If it's not men, why do we have the expression "take it like a man"?
You're good.
Yeah, it's very good.
Because men are supposed to have this strong front, you know? So
Does a man have the right to define what a woman is?
absolutely not.
So then what gives women the right to define what a man is?
We don't.
But did
But
you
you
just say
just
a
did.
man's supposed to be this and a
I
man's
said
supposed to be that?
supposed to. Yeah.
Is that not defining what a
Supposed
man
to
is?
per
Well,
society.
somewhat, but not just clear like that.
If it's not men, why do we have the expression "take it like a man"?
Well, I never heard take it like a woman.
So then wouldn't the answer be men?
It would be men.
We talk about things. A lot of times men don't. They don't like to tell us their problems. They don't, they shut down easily.
A lot of times we don't want to hear your
most
problems
women,
either,
they'll
though.
talk about things and issues, but a lot of times men are silent, so they kind of withhold.
But do you think that men often withhold their feelings because when they express their feelings, it's often shamed and made fun of?
No. I think from growing up, they always say, well, men, you're not supposed to cry. Take it like a man. So
You
they
haven't
have to
seen
build
my
this
channel.
persona.
Is it any wonder why men's mental health is in crisis?
Yes, because soon as a man opens up to a woman
She
and
gotcha.
tells them like their deepest, darkest secrets, women tend to use that against men. And I don't know why. I'm a woman and I don't know why.
What is the difference between sexism and racism?
Sexism and racism. There is no difference. The one is discrimination of color and one is discrimination of sex.
What's the difference
Both
between telling
discrimination.
a black man you're not black enough and telling a man you're not man enough?
Oh, that's a good one. Telling a black man he's not black enough can be.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
It's the same thing. I've been told that my whole life. I've been in the hood, I've been in the suburbs. In the suburbs, they said you're white. In the hood, they say you're black. Or other way around, actually, I'm sorry. You're not white enough, you're not black enough.
And black enough, as you can see, I make racism look stupid. I'm two different colors. So,
I love his
to me,
mindset.
it's just.
I want to buy you a drink.
To me, that's a funny question. Literally, like it makes me laugh because how can you ask someone who's lighter than a white guy about someone who's black? It's just an interesting concept. But like I said, I think that just relates. It goes back to the racism being a system and how people are used to or falling victim to that system.
In my book, that's equal, man.
So why is it okay for women to be sexist but not racist?
It's definitely not okay.
These
for me to
damn
be sexist.
questions, boy.
Why is
Best
non-blatant
interviewer
racism
ever.
often exaggerated while blatant sexism is often ignored and made fun of?
Because, like I said, it goes back to the thing where women are always coddled. If a man came out there was, start crying and all this other shit, of course we're gonna get ridiculed. Like, you can't do that as a man. You have a masculinity figure to show, and a female can absolutely do that. But that's not how it should be. Everything should be, on a same playing field.
There
But
you have it right there. He said the best answer of the night. Everything should be equal. Across the same playing field. Everything should be. Men and women should show each other as much respect as they want to return. It's society, it's the news, it's cosmopolitan, it's all of these different damn editorials, it's all of these things that tell us how we're supposed to be, and we just blindly go towards it. We blindly go for it. Yep, that's how it is. This says this, so this is the way that it is. How about making up your own mind? How about being a human? How about being an individual outside of society? Like, how about showing people that, hey, it's okay to go against the norm and be a decent damn human being? Not worry about racism or sexism. Just worry about peopleism.
Falls under that social norm category.
See?
I mean,
Social
there's
society.
movements that support, things like that, but we have very little support on our end. So we just, back to that one word, take it like a man.
I know this, when a man's going through a struggle, People aren't going to listen to him. When a woman is going through a struggle, the whole world knows.
Speaking of not
That because
being
they
man
are
enough,
very
is the
outspoken
modern
about
man
it.
not man enough to handle the modern woman, or is the modern woman too much to handle?
I feel like the modern woman is too much to handle because this day and age, women, they're under the impression that they really don't need a man, so therefore they can become that much more independent to where that they're like, okay, well, if you can do it, I can do it. And a lot of things that men were capable of, like women didn't have the rights to work for a long time. And then once we were able to work, okay, well, it's the sense of, okay, if he can do it, I can do it.
Does a man have the right to define what a woman is?
No,
So then what gives women the right to define what a man is?
they do not.
But they do, don't they?
I mean, they can give their opinion, but they don't have the right to, in my opinion.
But when I was raised, men are supposed to be strong. We were taught that they weren't supposed to really be emotional. They were supposed to support us. So it's kind of like programming.
Isn't that defining
It is
what a man
programming.
is?
Oh, there it is. The second best answer of the night is programming. It's what we're programmed to believe about each other. Nothing is just born into you. Nothing you don't. If you look at it that way, then everybody would just be like, yeah, we're all the same. You got some longer hair and different parts, different middle bits than me. But hey, we should both be able to make the same amount of money if we're both capable of doing the same job. Society sees things different and programs you differently. We're little computers and all we do is absorb shit that people tell us.
I guess so.
Why do you think that men's mental health is in crisis?
Because of toxic masculinity.
Yeah, they're taught to be strong and not care about
Her damn answer to everything is toxic masculinity.
things, and so, you know.
Yeah, it's all toxic masculinity. They're,
Yeah,
they're taught
say
to not
it.
think about stuff,
Yeah.
and that if like they're not men aren't
They're
introspective.
also not always willing to talk about it, though, even if they want to, and that's...
For some women, it can be like connecting, you know? Like
Yeah,
you like
intimacy.
realize that they have like a soft side and like we're into that sometimes, you know?
Has a man crying
Yeah, they
ever
are.
gotten a woman wet?
Yeah,
Not
his
me.
tears.
It's not gotten me wet. Like I've
No,
been
but
concerned.
it makes me, have a lot of empathy.
What is the difference between the masculinity that women find attractive versus toxic masculinity?
I think masculinity where you find attractive is where you're not thinking about that actively as a man. When you can like
So good, so good.
yeah, you know what?
You're just masculine naturally. Yes, you're not performing. You're not. Masculinity doesn't mean misogyny.
Why are some people willing to accept that life isn't fair while other people want to change the world?
I feel like people that feel like life isn't fair are people who can't acknowledge their own wrongs. I feel like it's those people
damn.
that's inexperienced with life and
That's a
just need
fantastic
someone
answer.
to blame. I read a really interesting book called The Four Agreements. It was about Tolmec knowledge, and it pretty much talked about how people's negative energy reflects on other people ultimately because of themselves. So I feel like life isn't fair. Life is what you make it, and
Yes,
just make it
yes,
the
yes,
best.
and
you know?
more yes.
I unfortunately I grew up all in. I was homeless since I was 3 years old. So for me to be having an interview with a guy like you means a lot to me, and for me to never use my adolescence as an excuse. It just answers the question. Sometimes we gotta step outside of ourselves, really look at ourselves and what we're in, and play chess.
Why do people insist that things
Okay,
will
love
never
his
change
answers.
when history has proven that things have already changed?
Ditto with that one because history, like I said, repeats itself. And even though certain things back in the day has changed, the common denominator is still there.
Why do so many people believe we're living in a male-dominated patriarchy if the standards and selectivity of women is what you believe drives civilization to become better?
Wow. I think it's getting backwards. I think people are forgetting how much men have contributed to the whole society and the world as a whole. And yes, now women have the rights to basically play those parts like a man, but most of them don't choose to be that, and they like a man actually doing these kind of things.
It's a man's world, man. Women are trying to come up, but they don't want to do the jobs that we do. They don't want to go to war. Some of them do, very select few. They don't want to go to war. They don't want to be down in these sewers cleaning up. They don't want to be building these buildings and stuff like that. I mean, that's something they would rather do. But if that's the truth, if it's not a man's world, then they need to get down in the sewers and go do it.
I was just saying, all this was built to have a woman have a really good time. I mean, it was used to be just a building, and a woman said, hey, I want to gamble with it too. I want to eat here too. I want to dance here too. And they just put everything in there. So yeah, women definitely inspire us to build.
Hey, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Get over Show It's Complicated channel. The best damn interview questions of all time. Making people think. Making people just really put it out there that, hey, you know what? Most of the reason why we think why we do like we do is because of society. It's because of the way that it's built, the way the things that we're told, the things that we hear versus the things that we don't hear. In my mind, we're all the damn same. In my mind, you treat someone with as much respect as you wish to receive, whether they're man or woman. In my mind, you hire the person who's right for the job, whether it be man or woman, and pay them the same damn wage. I'm all for women having a fair and equal rights across the board as men. Because you know what? I know a lot of women out there that can damn sure work their ass off a lot better than some men. I know some men that can work their ass off a lot better than some women. There are some jobs that maybe more men would like to do. And you know what? If a woman decides that she want to get down in the sewers and clean it up, why shouldn't you let her? Why should she get paid any differently? Why should she be treated any differently? If you want to do it, here it is. Here's the key to the mansion. Go do it. Like, make things happen. It doesn't take us reading from a damn magazine that, hey, oh, this is the difference between men and women. Men reading women's magazines, women reading men's magazines, trying to figure each other out. We could have already figured each other out if we would have just spoken to one another and stopped paying attention to all the shit that's going on around us. Seriously good interview questions. Smash the like button if you liked it, the dislike button, but I won't believe you. Let me know what you think down below to the answers to some of those questions. Until the next one, highly combustible. You guys be happy, healthy, safe, love it to the moon and back. Peace.